Here we go, man. That's
What's
how you
up?
start off a show.
That's the intro. Yeah, that's how you
That,
started off. Use the
that is
intro music.
I did. Yeah, we're using a whole new setup now. We're in a new age of technically directors. A whole new age where we're using a new recording method. We're using video now. We've got Zoom recording our fun times together.
I
We
made a
are.
set.
Oh, you've got a set. You look like damn Game of Thrones over here.
It's a nice chair.
That's awesome. I'm gonna swap that so I see you and not me big. There we go. So we're good with that. And
Oh, I got us equal sized here, so I can see both of us at the same size.
oh, I should go back to the there's the boxes. There we
There you
go. That's
go.
what perfect. All right.
Nice.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm in the garage. You're in St. Pete still, socially distancing. And this is where we are now, man. This is the new dawn, the new age. This is life.
I guess everything's opening back up, though, right? Like,
Some things where Florida's in phase one. DeSantis comes out and says phase one starts on Monday. A few select things are opening back up. I think restaurants are allowing like 25% of their capacity. Outdoor seating is now available and up and running now, which is big, which is huge because obviously you can sit outside quite often. Here in Florida, weather's great, obviously. So that's good. So yeah, I mean, little by little, I think things are starting to get back to normal. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's time? Do you feel like we're ready? That too soon? Maybe. What are your thoughts?
I'm a former libertarian, so I
Okay.
usually don't allow the government to dictate my actions, right?
Okay. Right.
So I don't really care. Like, if they want to open things back up, I think the good thing about our society is that the good thing about corporations having such say so
Yeah.
is that they can do it however they want to. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think some people will go overboard. I think people will overstep, and I think other people will be overly cautious, and some people will toe the line. Me myself, I'll be overly cautious. I will still.
Are you still closed? The
I'm
the
still
Seth
closed. Yeah,
Seth Sullivan's household is still closed
yeah.
for business.
Klaus and I are still under quarantine.
Okay. Right.
Like yesterday, I hung out with a friend. Actually, I hung out
Yeah.
with several friends yesterday in different settings. So I
Were
mean,
you staying apart? Were you still socially distancing, or were you like
mostly,
shoulder to shoulder?
mostly,
Yeah.
mostly socially distancing. But there were
Okay.
times where you're like within 6 feet. It just kind of happens.
Okay. Yeah. It's not too bad, right?
Went into an ice cream store in downtown St. Pete with my friend Tawny and her girls,
Okay. I saw
and
you were hanging out there yesterday. Yeah.
there was a line outside for the customers to wait. They were only letting so many people in, and there didn't seem to
Okay.
be a hard number of who they were letting in.
Right.
It was
Right.
just kind of little groups at a time.
Yeah.
And so there was a group ahead of us. I think there were 2 women and maybe 2 children. I'm not sure, something like that. And then me, Toddy, and the 2 girls came in after, and one of the girls went just a little close to the other group,
Uh
and the woman turned around and she went, "Personal space, please."
huh. God,
So,
Jesus.
to each their own.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they had their masks on, and they, obviously still heeding caution, if you will.
They
But
weren't wearing masks.
they
They
weren't.
didn't seem
Oh,
no, they didn't seem overly cautious. But see,
yeah.
whenever I go out, like if I go into a gas station or if I go to the grocery store, I still wear a
Right.
mask
Do you?
and I sanitize my hands before I go in and when I come
Right.
out.
Right. Yeah.
And mostly I just stay away from other people, which isn't very hard right now. And I've always kind of been like
It's true.
what do you call it, a one man wolf pack?
Right. A lone wolf, if you
Yeah.
will.
So I was at the park downtown yesterday, and I was playing paddleball with the girls,
Okay.
and there was this group of women, and they probably ranged from like 30 to 45,
Uh huh.
and there were probably like a dozen of them. Just a dozen look like kind of successful, well-to-do, attractive women
Right.
sitting in a large group. And I turned to my friend Tawny. I said, "Do you have that many friends?" She said, "No, I couldn't get that many people together for like a wedding."
Right. Like,
I don't know. I was like, I don't know that I know that many
huh.
people close enough to hang
Right.
out with them, downtown. So I don't know, man. It's regardless of what the rules are.
Yeah.
This is me answering your question. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
Regardless of what the rules are, your health and your hygiene and your safety is ultimately everybody's individual responsibility.
Right. Right.
So regardless of what's open, what you can and can't do, it's your own responsibility to take care of yourself. So that's
Just
how I look at it.
absolutely.
I'll
It
wash
was
my hands.
every time, I went to Publix the other day and it was weird. Obviously things have changed every time I've gone in, and little by little it's now you've got someone at the door that's sanitizing the carts and handing them to you that way. So that's great. And then they start including like the one
The
way
one-way
aisles, if
aisles,
you will,
yeah.
right? And then I went there the other day and they've got these giant like pallets, like think like the protection outside of Alexandria and The Walking Dead. It was just like it was like these giant pallets that was like entrance here, exit here. And so with Publix there's the two doors, and you can go in either one usually, or whatever. People are coming out of the exit, but you can go in the exit, whatever, they open both sides. But this is like there were signs and like giant pallets that were like painted, and they're like enter here, exit only here. And it was just like, Jesus, like what am I doing? Am I entering the city of Alexandria? Like, I gotta keep the walkers out? Like, it's nuts, man. It's crazy.
You just
It's
gotta be
crazy.
safe, baby. You just gotta be
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, yeah.
Wash your hands.
So that's right. Well, good, man. So you're still working from home. I'm still going in every day. But apparently next week there's this, I guess I'd like to say unsaid rule, or unsaid plans, I guess, if you
Unsaid
will,
plan.
because nothing is really, we're not being included and filled in on some
Mhm.
things. But apparently people are coming back. Some producers, I think, talent, I think, is coming back. Sports and stuff are returning to the studio. So little by little, I guess things are starting to return to normal. I don't know when I'm going to see you in person again. I don't know when the plan is for directors to come on back that are that have been socially distancing at home. But I don't know. I mean, it's a weird thing, but you can tell. Like I think like there's some people at the station right now that I think are installing plexi at this current moment. They're supposed to be desks are being rearranged again, and it seems like they're putting a lot of effort into getting the place ready for people to come back. Yet my thought is things are running pretty well right now. Like we've kind of gotten into a rhythm. There's a good, flow of things. Product hasn't really been compromised, I don't feel. Uh, and so I just feel like they're putting too much effort into getting the place ready for more people to come back in, when why don't we just wait a little bit longer? Keep you guys away. Like I don't understand what the rush is, because the rest of Florida is in phase 1, so now we need to like rush our people back. I don't understand.
Well, we were definitely
Were we talking about that
probably
yesterday at all?
we're pretty much like last in getting a plan together to get us socially distant,
Right.
just compared to other businesses in the area.
Right.
I don't feel the need to be first in getting back. I think setting it up to get ready for people to come back makes sense. Putting up plexiglass, making sure things are clean,
Right.
having a plan of action. But like you said, next week apparently people are already coming back.
Yeah. I mean that's what I'm hearing, but I mean
Yeah.
I haven't
So
heard anything from a management perspective.
honestly, I just don't think about it too much
Yeah,
because like I'm not being communicated to about it.
exactly.
So I'm not thinking about it.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
That's all you can do
yeah,
until you're told, right?
yeah. So
Oh,
so
would you, if you were
I'm
told
gonna
to
keep
come back,
I'm gonna keep
on
coding shows in my underwear. That's what's going on.
there you go. I'm sure that's what you're doing. I'm sure that's what you're doing. If you're told to come back on Wednesday, are you gonna show on back? Are you gonna maybe provide a little hesitation, a little quote unquote pushback? What are your thoughts if you're told to say, hey, tomorrow everybody come on back?
I mean, I wouldn't come back until I was told what the plan was.
Okay.
I mean, if someone sent me an email and said, "Hey, go ahead and come in tomorrow," I'd be like, "Let's have a conversation."
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you
Yeah,
get that email that says, hey,
y-
you're due back at work tomorrow. Like, are
yeah,
you
no.
just gonna be like, okay, no problem? Or is there some type of caution that you want to have before coming back into the workplace?
I would like to assume that I don't just get an email that says, "Hey, come back to work tomorrow." I would like to assume that there's like a plan is presented to me to tell me what's going on.
Right.
So if I get an email that literally says, "Hey, come back into work in the morning," I'd be like, "Let's have a conversation." Would be my
let's
response.
let's talk about this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right. Well, I don't know. As far as I know, there's things are moving and shaking, if you will, and people may start to be trickling back into the station. So, I would like to see you guys again. You, Adam, I haven't seen face to face in quite a while, but so hopefully that happens. But obviously, as long as we're all cautious with how y'all get reinvented back or reintroduced, I guess, back into the station. So we shall see. Obviously, we're like I said at the top of the show, we are using a different method, a different recording process, a hosting site, I guess, to go ahead and get our audio just to try to make it sound a little bit better, a little bit more clear. Obviously, I've sounded the same because I've still been recording the same way, but trying to get your audio to match the quality of mine
Oh, my
with
audio is
us
going to be
not being together.
good this time. This audio is
Oh
going to
yeah,
be good.
it's gonna be sweet. I'm looking forward to pulling this off and taking a listen afterwards. So, but we've got a new edition. You've got one coming here in the next day or so. But you notice that we're starting to get a little professional here. We've got a little mic flag with
Are you
our
talking
logo.
to the listening audience that can't see that?
Yeah, well, I'm saying if you if you watch the Zoom video that
Are
may
we
go
posting the
along
Zoom
with this,
video?
I don't know. We may not. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I don't know.
We've got a new little mic flag that looks well on our
It looks
setup here.
well.
So it
It
looks
looks
good.
well. It looks
It
like
looks
it's not
good.
sick.
Shane does a good job. Shane does a good job, but we like keeping that guy around. Hey, where's I'm surprised you don't have your our logo in your back monitor back there. I
Oh,
thought on the
you know what?
TV.
I didn't even
You
realize
forgot about that.
I didn't even realize the monitor was in the shot. Well,
Oh,
I mean, if I were to put it in there, I would have to have the entire monitor in the shot, and then
shift it over a
that's
little bit.
it would be a whole thing. Like what I've done here is I
Yeah.
basically like you see my chair, my Game of Thrones chair.
Yeah, your Game of Thrones chair.
You
It's
know the
good.
direction it typically points.
Right.
It's turned 45 degrees.
Ah, gotcha.
Or actually, wait, no, 90. 90
Whatever that
degrees.
is.
Yeah, so I'm looking right at the wall
Okay.
and I'm facing the marble table that
Uh-huh.
you and I have used. We've put our microphones on and you sat on the couch.
Right, all right.
All right, so I'm like pointed at it and then I put the screen behind me. Like behind me right
I
there,
like that screen. Yeah,
that's
that's
the
good.
air conditioning unit and the dog bowl is down there.
Oh, is it?
This is my kitchen that way. This is my
Yeah.
bar. This is usually where I sit to have breakfast. See that chair back there? See that
Yeah.
chair back there?
Yeah, okay.
That chair is usually right here.
Right there. Oh, you pushed it
So I
around the corner.
push it around the
Okay.
corner.
I see that. I see that now.
It's like you ever been in an IKEA?
Yes, I've been in an IKEA.
My
Yes.
apartment is becoming one of those little areas, where they show you like you can buy all these modules and you can like push them into each other and transform the room like this, and then you can have
Right.
this here and everything has a function. That's the way my apartment is
It's very
becoming.
customizable.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
just move
ever
things
changing.
around. Like
Yeah.
this is the podcast studio now. I built a tripod. I modified the tripod that I built for my phone that I use as my camera because my web
Uh-huh.
camera was so bad. So now I use my phone. You can use your Android phone with an app, put an app on your computer, and use your camera on your phone as a webcam, which is what I'm doing now.
Right.
And I modified my GoPro stick
Oh my God.
and the carrying case that I have to put on my bicycle for my phone and made it into a big tripod. You should see it in here.
It sucks actually. I've had and the wife has been cool with it, which has been awesome. But I've had these my mic arm and mixer and laptop, whatever, everything all set up. The wife moved her office to the other side of the downstairs. So I've had like our where we normally record, which is our dining room, my front dining room, whatever. So I've had like everything set up for like all week for like a week and a half now, like the mic arm, the laptop ready to go and stuff. Just but obviously I had to move everything into the garage for this recording today because I'm not going to record out there with them in and out of the kitchen, and I've got the kid walking up and down the stairs and everything, and too distracting. So I had to move everything to the garage. But I've like kept up a nice little setup in the house. It's been awesome. So like I've come home some nights, and after work, whatever, and I'll just like come down, sit down at the laptop, and then just like play around with some settings and try to check out some different things and see how things sound and it's been interesting. It's been fun. So so maybe when we're done here, I'll go ahead and move it back over and keep it permanently set up. It's nice having like to not break things down every day, every other day. So it's kind of cool to just be able to kind of keep things up. It's fun.
Half of my existence is breaking stuff down.
It's
because I'm working from home in this tiny apartment.
Right, right.
And then whenever I'm not working, I don't want to see all the work stuff. So it
Okay.
all has to be put away.
Right.
And then whenever I start work, I break it all out. And at the end of my workday, I put it all away again.
Yeah.
And then I have this podcast, so I can set up the podcast setup.
That's awesome.
I have a new environment to work with though, and I had an idea I wanted to share with you.
Okay, go.
A new way to possibly share technically directors.
Ooh, okay.
So I recently discovered this thing called big screen VR.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
So
this
I have
using your Oculus? Is this
yeah,
involving
yeah.
the Oculus?
This involves the
Okay,
Oculus. Okay.
gotcha.
Now to be clear, if you have like an HTC Vive or any other like an
I don't know what that.
Oculus Go or an Oculus Rift, other VR headsets,
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
okay,
gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
you also have access to this big screen VR.
Okay.
And it's just an app where it's I just came across it last week. It's amazing. And Shane is getting an Oculus this
Yeah.
week.
It shipped the other day. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
super excited. Oh my god.
He's so excited.
He's
So
so excited.
we're going to use this together,
Okay.
but
Oh, you can
it's
link up. You can like
yeah.
with
So
other. Okay.
what it is you go in and you have all these virtual environments like an apartment, a living room, a
Right.
theater, a home theater, a movie theater, a grand theater, an outdoor theater with a campfire, or you could be floating in space with a giant screen, right?
Okay.
And you can rent movies, some of
Uh-huh.
them in 3D, which is unreal. I watched some 3D trailers, like
Okay.
for like Star Trek Into Darkness. It's
Ooh.
really neat how it works. It's called Side by Side. So
So
they
like does it like take you into do you feel like you're like in the movie trailer?
not in it, but you're in a theater watching it in
Oh,
3D.
okay.
It's
Okay.
called SBS, 3D SBS, side by side. So
Uh-huh.
they play the same image in both lenses, right?
Okay.
And it gives it depth.
So
Okay.
just like back in the day when there would be some special like 3D event, right? You know, and you'd get like the glasses, like the little cardboard outline, and there'd be like the red and there'd be like the blue, you know, and like and so it's essentially taking that type of uh uh technology, if you will, right? So it's so are they like slightly different because they're playing at slightly a different time? So like your eyes, you're seeing them differently. Is that how that works, or what?
I don't know how it works.
Okay,
Okay.
good talk.
Now, what you're talking about, the old school red and blue, I know
Yeah,
how it works.
right,
Like, because they overlay like slightly offsetted images, one with a blue hue, one with a red hue, and
right,
then the red cancels the red, the blue cancels the blue, and it gives it depth,
right.
right? This, all I know is that it plays the same image side by side
Okay,
in each lens. I
huh?
don't know what they do behind the scenes to make that seem like 3D.
Yeah,
Um, I just know I just know the method, not the way, if that
right,
makes
right, right.
sense.
That's
Kind
awesome.
of get into the weeds, but it's cool. You can rent movies for like
Okay,
$5. You can get you actually like you get a ticket is what they call it, getting a ticket. But
okay,
you can set you can so you can go into this theater and actually it's like a virtual theater. You can pick whatever seat you want to sit in,
uh-huh,
right? And you'll see other avatars of other people that are in there in the same room watching that movie, right?
okay.
In fact, there's a lobby that's like it's like a box office. You can go into a lobby and just talk to people. I went into the lobby the first time I used it.
Yeah.
There's a guy sitting next to me from Arkansas.
No way. Are you serious?
We start talking about the Razorbacks and how awful they are.
Oh my
He
god.
lives in Fayetteville, and then this other guy like lives in Sacramento. He's a USC
Yeah.
fan,
Huh.
and he starts. So we're just sitting in a movie lobby
Yeah.
talking about football.
That's awesome.
It's unreal,
That's
right?
so
So
okay. So these aren't on demand then, right? So is there a time like starts at 2 o'clock, starts at 8 o'clock, whatever? Is there since there's other people in there watching? Do you have to go at a specific time?
think of it like I haven't rented anything,
Okay.
okay, but I've looked, and it says like when things are available.
Right.
Once you rent them, you have like 48 hours. You have it for 48 hours.
Okay. Just like an on-demand
Right.
video.
So I'm
Right.
guessing the people that rent it and watch it at the same time as you're watching it, you'd be sitting in the theater with. I
Okay.
guess. I don't know. I haven't done that. But what I have done, there's also television.
Uh-huh.
Free television that you can stream, like Comedy Central.
Okay.
Which, side note, I haven't had cable in like a decade,
Right. Yeah.
except for a quick stint when I moved down here because I got it for free because I worked for Spectrum.
Right.
I went to Comedy Central, and it was the end of Chappelle Show.
Okay.
Okay. And then the Sarah Silverman program came on.
Uh-huh.
It's the same fucking lineup and the same shows I was watching 10 years ago, the last time I had cable. It's
So what you're
exactly,
saying,
it's still the same. Like, this is the same still? We
right?
don't have any new shows? Like, it's all
Like
the same?
you
Okay,
guys are
that's
still
fine.
showing the same shit. Like, what are
You
you
still
guys
show it.
doing?
Yeah. I can't imagine why people aren't paying for cable anymore.
Right. Oh my god.
But there's other channels. There's like NASA,
Okay.
space, and then there's
Okay.
like environments and stuff like that. You know, like there's like you can put like a jellyfish aquarium on your screen, like if you just wanted to zone out. Like there's one, okay, with space, you're
Yeah.
in space,
Yeah.
right? You look around and there's space all around you everywhere. And there's a
Right.
big screen of shots of space, like moving shots of space. So
Okay.
like if you wanted to get high or drop a hit of acid,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
It'd
That
be a
would be
little
where you
trippy.
go. That's where you go.
So, side note, this is what, probably 2003, four, when Finding Nemo came out. Okay, Finding Nemo.
Did you go
Uh,
see that high?
no, I did not go see that high, but we bought we bought a new TV, and obviously I say new TV, but it was a state of the art, like 32-inch, like big giant tube. It was like silver, and it weighed a metric ton with a giant back and whatever.
I
But
had that
but it
same
was
TV.
you probably did.
Yeah.
It was a great TV, fantastic, Best Buy, whatever, right? And so we bought TV, and then the first thing that we bought right after we got that TV was the Finding Nemo DVD that had just come out. And on that DVD, they had this, like, I don't know what they called it, screensaver wallpaper. I don't know what it was, but it was a feature, like a bonus feature of a screensaver of like the aquarium in the dentist's office, where when he gets, so you can literally, you set that up, and then it takes you into this, and then your whole screen is just like the aquarium. And so then, every, like, few seconds you would see, like, the starfish would just like appear on the glass and then like start to like slowly move over, and you'd see like Nemo and like the little angel fish guy like slowly swim around and whatever. And it was just like, it was cool. Like, we would sometimes just like pop in the DVD and not watch the movie. We would just like throw in the screensaver, and we would just have like the Finding Nemo aquarium just like hanging out like in our living room for a while. It was fun.
Is that the end of your aside?
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
just saying, it would be like, I imagine that like that's
It's
where we
just
were
like
in
that.
2004,
It's
but
just
now
like that.
you're like completely immersed
And now you're
in
immersed in the
that world.
screensaver, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
to my point,
Okay.
a new way to share technical directors.
Yes.
The other thing that it has is remote desktop.
Okay.
So in the big screen, you can set up your own room, okay?
Uh-huh.
Whatever theater style you want. I like the home theater because it's a little
Yeah.
cozier, right?
Nice.
But I might change that, and I'll tell you why.
Rich mahogany walls and leather seats.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, when we're talking about seats, you see my
Yeah.
seat here?
Yeah. It's
You've
nice.
remarked
Your
on it.
theater chair.
It's my theater set. It's my
Yep.
theater seat, right? Theater chair.
Little lights in the cup holders and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually on right now. You just can't quite see the cup holder.
Can't see inside. Yeah. Sorry.
So where was I? Oh, so this chair. Whenever
Yeah.
I'm in this virtual reality theater and
Yeah.
I look around, it's chairs just like this. So it's like a 4D experience because I can feel it. I can feel what I'm sitting on. It's the same.
That's
I
the
look down and I
masterpiece.
basically see the chair I'm sitting in.
Yeah.
It's so tight. All right.
That's awesome.
So the other day,
Yeah.
when I first got this thing, I'm like, I want to watch a movie, and I figured out it was kind of a hassle to set up in the first time
Okay.
to allow to have the remote desktop because you got to download the app from Steam, and then you got to like put on your headset to get the ID number, and then go back to your computer and put it in and to link them up. But
Okay.
once you've done that, you have access to your computer's desktop, and I've got a bunch of movies on a hard drive,
Ooh.
and I was like, oh, I can watch movies that I've never seen on a big screen right now.
Oh, there you go.
Like I'm in a theater. So I
Right.
started with Tombstone.
Okay. It's a good movie.
I load up Tombstone. I pour
Yeah.
myself a bourbon. I put it in my lighted cup holder.
Yeah.
I sit back and I start watching Tombstone in a giant theater. and I
That's awesome.
and then people started popping in.
Be like, hey man, what's going on?
There could be up to 2 other people at a
Okay,
time that could come in. They
in
could
your
pick
room.
any seat. Yeah, they could pick
Yeah,
any seat in the theater and watch Tombstone. And when they come in, like you hit a button to talk if you
yeah,
want to talk, but I can see them. They'll turn and they'll wave or whatever.
yeah.
And so this
How do
first
they know?
night,
Do they know that you're watching Tombstone?
yeah,
Or like,
because I made the room public.
okay,
So like when you open the browser, you
yeah,
can look and see like what's available because people are streaming stuff. Some people are like streaming their gameplay. So
oh,
you can
okay,
go in and watch somebody play a game.
right,
Some rooms are just like chats. And I jumped into a chat room where there were like 11 other people
uh-huh,
and they were using the big screen to like show their point, or like they're like showing videos about what they're talking about. And
right,
I, you know, I just sat in there for a minute to listen to them talk and then I left. But people would jump in. So at the end of Tombstone, there were two dudes, both were from Canada,
uh-huh,
and they this guy started showing me the 3D stuff, like that you can like find 3D videos on YouTube, and
okay.
he's able to put things on the screen that I had in there. If I allow him to, he can like he's like, let me
You
show
give
you
him
something.
access to share his content on your
Yeah,
screen. Wow.
yeah. So he can like pull up a little screen that's his desktop
Right.
that's right in front of him. It's like floating right in front of him. And
Okay.
then he can cast that up to my big screen if I let him. And he was showing me like there's like side by side 3D videos on YouTube, things like that.
Yeah.
So and then he started like he's got an emulator so he can play like Super Mario Brothers or whatever the
Okay.
hell.
Yeah,
And
I've seen that. Yeah.
and then they were talking in my room and I like left for a minute and then I
Uh-huh.
like literally left, like took my headset off and went and came back. And when I came in, they were gone and my
Oh,
room was just empty. I'm like, okay, I can close it now. And
right,
so,
right.
so then the night before last, I did the same thing with Predator, the
Oh, okay.
original Predator, right?
Good movie. Yeah.
I turned,
Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
yeah. So I set it all up, poured myself a bourbon, put it in my lighted cup holder,
Yeah.
sat down, and like right as I was starting it, this guy popped in, and he goes, oh sweet, you haven't started it yet? I haven't seen this movie in forever. He sat there the whole movie.
That's
Me and
awesome.
this
So
dude
you've
sat
made
there
a
this
friend.
whole time. I made a friend. He sat there the whole time, watched the entire movie with
That's
me.
awesome.
Other people would kind of pop in and out, you know,
Yeah.
from time to
Yeah.
time. This dude, beginning to end, and he was like, "Dude, I'm so glad you played that movie." So you know, I've never seen Predator on a big screen. You know,
Yeah.
it
No,
came
I
out in
haven't.
1987.
Right. Right. Right.
So I have so many movies.
Oh my God.
I'm like, and dude, you could do Netflix. Like if you got it pulled up on your laptop, you could
Oh
play
yeah.
whatever you wanted.
So
You could do
whatever, like
Hulu. You could do whatever. Yeah,
Amazon, Google Play, Amazon, whatever. Yeah.
any of that stuff.
Wow.
So I could also just put Spotify up
Okay.
and go to Technically Directors
Yes.
and make a room. It's like the Technically Directors podcast.
Huh.
If people could come in here and listen to the podcast, talk about it. We could host, right? Well, you
We
need an
can have
Oculus.
live commentary on our commentary.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Boo.
Boom. Yo,
We'd
dog,
be like,
here's a
oh my God, I was
commentary.
so funny there. Oh, wait, be like, hey, I got a good joke coming up. You got to listen.
Listen to this
So wait,
part.
I say something really hilarious in 5 minutes. Yes, that would be amazing.
So I'm just gonna open a room and
Yeah.
just hit play and just sit back.
Hell yeah. Just see
It's-
what people
See
say.
if people pop in. It'd be
That's
awesome.
awesome. I love
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
love it. Oh my
But see,
God.
like right now, it's a limit of like. So I haven't played with it a lot.
Uh-huh.
I've only made 2 rooms, and the first time I was just dicking around. I didn't know what I was doing. The
Okay.
second time, I knew I was playing Predator, and I picked the theater that I wanted,
Right.
and but I could only. It had a maximum capacity of 4 people,
Okay.
and I take up 2 people because it's me, and it's my screen, my
Okay.
computer.
That makes
So
sense.
so only 2 other. I'm trying to do 2. 2 other people come in. That wouldn't that doesn't really work with what I'm thinking about. But there might be a way to like create bigger rooms because there's
Yeah.
definitely rooms in there that allow 12 people, and I don't know if you have to pay for something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Right.
But
Right.
anyway, I thought it was a good idea, a
That's
new
amazing.
way to share Technically Directors.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That's super smart.
So
We
you
need to do
need
that.
so you need an Oculus so you can sit in.
That's the thing. I know. And now Shane's gonna have one, and
Maybe
I'm
you
gonna
could
be.
rent Shane's.
I don't
Maybe
know.
Shane will. Shane will loan it to you like once every 2 weeks.
I did request him because he's getting Beat Saber. He's like been talking
Yeah.
about it all week. He's like, "Oh, that's the first thing I'm doing, whatever." And I did request him to bring it in because I haven't played since the last time you brought your Beat Saber
Yeah.
in, and then I was, fencing in the back,
Yeah.
corner area, and
Yeah.
or fencing as I like to call it, or
Yeah.
playing Beat Saber, but whatever.
Whenever you're doing it, you look like you're fencing.
I love that little GIF that
It's
you guys
amazing.
created there. It's
I'll
good
tell you
stuff.
something about Beat Saber too. It's been
Yeah.
updated, and
Okay.
some of the songs, the notes that come at you that you
Yeah.
slice the blocks,
Yeah.
you can set it up for 180 degrees
Okay.
or 360, so that they come at you from every direction. So
Oh
you
wow.
have to like turn around and boom, 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 boom. I played a couple of it like that. I just realized they did that update recently. I've been
Huh.
playing VR a little bit more. I've like got it back out. There's a
Got
big
a little bit
demand
more
for
time
it.
on your hands,
I got a
a little bit more free time. Yeah.
little bit more free time. Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. Man, it's
Elephant
nice
in
to
the
just,
room.
it's great to just sit there in the VR
Yeah.
and watch a movie
Yeah.
in your theater chair. It's so cool, man.
That's
I
amazing.
loved it. I loved
Good,
it.
good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about. So we got a couple of things coming up this week. So we've got. I know I'm throwing things at you, man. I'm
That
throwing
was
things at you.
was that a hot transition?
Yes, it was.
Nicely done.
I'm throwing things at you. I told you things are different.
All
We've
right.
entered a new era
So
in
where's the
technically
music?
directors.
Do we have music?
I'm working on that. I'm
You're
working on
working that
that.
out.
I'm
You're working
working on
that
that.
out.
So
That's fine.
if we don't do Zoom, I can now Bluetooth in my phone into the mixer and then play that in the background. It has come to my realization that for the previous, and this is episode 21, the previous 20 episodes, I'm not going to say we were recording incorrectly, but we were not recording to the best potential with our equipment that we use.
That's
So
fair.
there are,
That's a healthy way to say that.
yes. Like I said, the input's now going in a little differently. I have realized that there is a Bluetooth feature on my mixer that we've never experimented with, yet now I've experimented. So if we were to end the Zoom call, so I'm using Zoom to record our video right now so that I can see you, and I do like that. We need to have that personal image, if you will, visual image of each other. It makes for better conversation. But if I had actually I can grab my tablet and I can do it that way. Oh my God, mind blown.
Oh, you
So
brainstorming right now?
yes, I'm
Ladies
brainstorming.
and gentlemen,
I'm live
it's like
brainstorming.
it's a live brainstorm from Kyle.
It's amazing. So I can go ahead. That ding, you notice? There's no bell in the room. There's no bell in the room. It is built
Oh,
in.
that was a
It is
digital bell?
That's a digital bell. Oh my God. I'm telling you, man, it's a crazy time. So if I were to grab, and I'll do this next time, I don't know why I didn't think about it, but because my tablet is currently part of the farm. So,
What
but
farm?
if I
What are you
were to,
talking about?
our farm. Anyway, so if I were, if I were to grab that, then I can go ahead and Bluetooth that, connect that to the mixer, and then I can use that for our background audio. So that'll be next time. So I will take care of that. But I'm telling you, man, we're in a whole new world of our sound, a whole new world of technically directors. And one day, obviously, we will get back together and be recording face to face. But for right now, things are happening. There's live brainstorming going on, still active currently at the time. And I'm telling you, man, there are some changes and some new things that are coming the way, and it's going to be amazing.
I don't know if we're gonna do this regularly face to face because you live 45 minutes away. You know what I'm saying?
But now that I know I can see your ass on my phone,
I
I
can
don't
do it
even
all
try.
here. You know how much more time I have now?
Yeah,
And
I
how much
mean,
cheaper it is?
okay, all right,
We
all right.
put all the gas money into
Hey,
equipment.
look, man, if the audio quality is not compromised, and if we still sound just as good, if not quote unquote better or whatever, than maybe we have in the past, then maybe you're right. Maybe, and side note, if down the line we end up having to, relocate, or one of us moves or whatever, like the potential of still being able to continue this for yeah, I'm not going to be presumptuous and say forever, but I'm saying, but the fact that we can do this remotely, it's just you just got to give it up to the people that make technology, the creators of
Let's
Zoom, the creator of Zencat. Like it's amazing time that we live in. It really is.
let's give it up for the people who make technology.
I'm just saying,
Can I
man.
get a bell on that?
Can we get? Yeah, you want to do that? Yeah, sure. Go.
You know what? I need
Go.
I need I need access to these fucking sound effects. Like, what is this? What is this?
So
I'm just a guest on this show now.
you're not just well. I mean, okay. So I'm hosting our session, our
Yeah.
recording session right now through Zencaster. I have currently signed up for a free trial of the professional version. So I have a account under my information with the free version of Zencaster, which
Yeah.
is great and works fantastic, right? However, there's a professional version of Zencaster, which costs a little cheddar a month, give or take, whatever. It's not terrible. That allows us to have access to a digital soundboard at the top of my recording session. So at the top of my screen next to the counter that's going up for our 42 minutes of record time that I've started here today, I have a rim shot. I have our show open, obviously, that started the show. A digital ding, a live transition. So I can add different ones, and there's the potential and the possibilities are endless, my friend, and I'm telling you, man, it's opened up a whole new world.
You look so excited.
I really am. This is amazing. I did a conversation with the host of Gen X Grown Up, which is a podcast that we listen to. I know the host there. We know the host, John Reddick, great guy. And he opened my eyes into how he has gone about doing things with his co-hosts. And obviously I know that they don't always get together to do their recordings unless they go and do something remote or go to a convention or whatnot. And so I've just been amazed at how well they sound in their episodes, having not being in the same room. And so I did a little brainstorming with him. I talked to him, I picked his brain a little bit, and I just feel like we are at a point now where, like you said, I mean, we may not need to get back together to record in person. I mean, it's fun. We still can if we want to, whatever. But
Well, yeah, it would be great for like doing like
cool.
our movie commentaries.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. We need to have another episode of the real director's cut.
Yeah.
And watch another movie, do some commentary, and of course we'll get together and do that live and do that together. And but normal episodes like this, it saves you a trip coming up to New Tampa. It saves me a trip going down to the satellite studio in St. Pete. So thanks, man. I've read my card.
Thank you.
Anyway, so I'm just saying, man, it's the dawn of a new age.
All right. So what's on your card?
So a couple things. I started this segment by wanting to talk about this is a fun week coming up. So it's kind of a good thing that things are kind of maybe starting to reopen because this week we've got May the 4th be with you. All right, a little Star Wars week. And Cinco de Mayo.
We're not going to talk about Star Wars, are we?
No, we're not going to talk about Star.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a fun. It's one of those like, oh hey, it's like a holiday week. Holiday week. I've been
a holiday
mistaken.
6 weeks. What are you talking about?
Well, for you, baby, for you. Not me, who has a desk sitting outside the principal's office, but whatever. So Cinco de Mayo is coming up, so this is perfect timing for things to reopen and at least allow the possibility to go somewhere to get a taco on Tuesday. I'm just saying, like, it's Taco Tuesday, it's Cinco de Mayo, it's everything you could ask for. And Mexican restaurants are going to open back up. It's going to be amazing. So this is a good time. Couldn't have happened at a better time.
See, that just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
What, inviting people out now? Be like, oh, things are open. Come get your...
Yeah, all the basic white people are going to get together at every Mexican restaurant and have $2 margaritas and drown themselves in tacos and then go home, and then everybody gets coronavirus.
Everybody gets the virus.
Everybody gets it.
Oh boy. Well, I mean,
see, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to personal responsibility. Like, I'm not going no, this is like, you said it's the best. That's the worst. That's the worst situation. the like second day free of quarantine, everybody goes to Mexican restaurants at the same
Do
time
you
and
know
gets shit faced
you know how
and
excited
starts
people
breathing
were
on everybody.
when 2020 started and there was so many hopes and dreams and aspirations and it's, oh
It's
my
every
god, this is
fucking
great.
year.
I know, I'm
It's
just
every
saying.
year. This
But Cinco
what
de Mayo falls on Taco Tuesday. I mean, how perfect
I,
is that?
it's not perfect because there's a fucking novel virus
Well,
floating around and we don't have
obviously,
enough ventilators and we have an idiot in charge. It's not
obviously, we
a good
couldn't have
thing.
seen
This is
that
not a good thing.
happening. I
This
know,
is
I know.
this is not a good thing.
Anyway,
I
all right.
disagree.
Well,
I disagree.
it, it's Cinco de Mayo,
Celebrate Cinco de Mayo at home.
right?
Cinco de
Yeah.
Homo. Wait a minute. That did not come out the way I expected.
Wow. Um. Okay. I don't even know where to go
Cinco
from
de
there.
Casa. That's it.
Yes, Cinco de Casa.
Cinco de Casa.
Uh, five, the home of the five,
Home of
fifth
the.
home.
I don't know.
I don't
It
know, and
doesn't. I.
I don't
I
speak
don't. I
Spanish.
don't speak Spanish.
I don't know si habla español.
Se habla español. ¿Cómo
Yeah.
se llama?
So de nada. Anyway, so did you hear about this? So Apple is they're like their new thing is we need to work on our facial recognition for all these people that have iPhones, which are neither of us. But apparently, like, there's a push for Apple to redesign and tweak their facial recognition for turning on or waking up your cell phone, right? You can look at your phone and then the lock screen goes away. Everybody's wearing masks now. And so there's all these complaints about, oh, my phone's not opening up for me when I look at it because I've got a mask on. So Apple is like racking their brains now and
Can
wasting time and effort to go ahead and figure out ways to tweak their facial rec to go ahead and allow people to open up their phones if they're wearing facial covering.
may I interject here?
Yeah, go.
I have a Samsung Galaxy S8 active.
Okay.
It's like a 3-year-old phone.
Right.
It uses my eyes.
Yeah. That's
if
all
I'm
you need.
wearing if I'm wearing a mask, it looks at my eyes. It either uses my fingerprint, my passcode, or it looks at my eyes.
So the answer
Problem
to this
solved.
issue is get on Google's level, Apple. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yeah.
Get with it.
Well, I mean,
It's
Android,
ridiculous. Yeah.
and not Google, but Android.
Yeah.
But
Well, oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, Android isn't it a Google based operating system? No,
no, it's an
no.
Android-based operating
Android.
system.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I guess okay. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. And I'm the same way because I mean that's all you need. It just needs to look at the eyes,
Yeah.
or your fingerprint on the side. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. But apparently Apple needs to go ahead and waste time and resources and energy and figure out how to, I don't know, turn on phones through the mask instead of just maybe peeling down the mask. Be like, hey, it's me.
Well,
And
you
then put
can't
the
peel.
mask
That's
back
the
on.
point of wearing the mask if you're going to pull it down.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's not the answer, Kyle.
that's not the answer. All right.
I
Anyway.
saw a couple of people in Lowe's. I had to go to Lowe's a couple weeks ago,
Yep.
and I saw people wearing masks. 2 women walking with each other, so I guess they were, friends or family.
I guess they were friends.
One of them was wearing their face mask around their chin.
Okay. So not
Yeah.
covering the nose and mouth.
The orifices of the face, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And the other woman, hers was just covering her mouth, not covering her nose.
Not the nose.
And for just a moment, I was about to say, "Excuse me,
What are you doing?
you need to cover all the things." And then I remembered, "Oh no, I don't care if you get it.
Exactly.
If you
It's
don't
fine.
have the wherewithal to cover your face with that mask,
Yeah.
then get sick."
Yeah.
Let's let Darwin do his thing.
We showed a clip of, I guess there was a rally, a protest, whatever you want to call it, in Sacramento, outside the capital of California, and a big group of people. California is still under their socially distant guidelines, and these people are out there protesting. Oh, it's our right to go ahead and congregate in large groups, and you're not going to shut me down. Whatever. I want every goddamn one of them to go ahead and come down with the virus.
So do
Take
I.
that. Take
Go
that.
ahead. You're
Get
right,
it.
honey. Your
Start
body, your
coughing.
choice.
It's ridiculous.
Get out there. Get out there. Get real close to one another. Share
Stupid
your
ass.
opinions right next to each other. Like point at each other and talk about your feelings.
God, people are
More
ridiculous.
power to you. Huff the
Seriously.
disinfectant. I don't give a shit.
Unbelievable. Crazy, man.
Hey,
Crazy.
let me get one of them live transitions. Nice. How's your dog etiquette? Do you have dog etiquette?
Dog etiquette.
Yeah.
I love my dog. I
Yeah. Well,
take him
yeah.
on walks and I take good care of him.
You have him
I
on a
don't
leash
understand.
when you walk him?
Always, always.
Always. So
He's
that's
not.
dog etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the best as far as returning or coming when you call his name.
Sure.
So yeah, I definitely every time he's outside, he's on a leash. Yeah.
This woman irritated me the other day, and I
Okay.
wanted to talk about it. And if it were the first time, you know what? I'll get
Yeah.
to that. The first time, this happened a long time ago. It's an older
Okay.
lady,
Okay.
and she had, I don't think she has this dog anymore. Like a little fluffy old dog. I don't know. It's
Uh-huh.
like a poodle mix of some kind.
Okay.
Horrible dog. Horrible dog. Now,
Uh-huh.
my dog is like perfect, right?
Okay. Right. Of course.
And that's an objective observation, okay?
Right.
Like
Right.
he's just very good.
Yeah.
He doesn't fuck with people. He's just a really good dog. So I had Klaus out at the dog park. This was like last year sometime.
Uh-huh.
We come back out. He's on his leash. We're walking along, and this woman is allowing her little demon worshiping dog to just run free,
Yeah.
which I don't really care about if your dog is well behaved.
Right.
But this dog like ran halfway between the building and my dog and just went on like a crazy like barking frenzy,
Huh.
which is super annoying. Just
Right.
like angry, pissed, I'll kill you, which it's all, just talk. He's a
Right.
German
Right. Right.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
There's not really a fight here. First of all, my dog doesn't even respond to that shit. All
Okay.
right. My
Good.
dog is good. My dog looks at me like,
Good.
what's his fucking problem?
What's
Y-
going on with that guy?
does he expect me to return that bullshit? I'm not barking at that dog.
Right.
So this woman comes teetering out of her house towards her dog, and we're walking, and I've got him on the leash, and the dog's not coming any closer. It's just standing there barking and being annoying.
Uh-huh.
And she says, "Is your dog friendly?"
Like, no, bitch. Keep your dog away from my dog.
Why are we asking about my dog?
Yeah.
My dog is on a leash, standing next to me,
Right.
ignoring your little bullshit dog who's out here antagonizing it. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, my dog's friendly. Does your dog have a leash? Oh, I'm sorry. I open the door and sometimes he just gets away from me,
Oh my God.
He's faster than me.
Yeah.
It's fine. Not a big deal, okay?
Right.
This is like, I don't know, 14, 18 months ago.
Yeah.
This week, I'm walking Klaus.
Uh-huh.
This woman has a new dog.
Okay.
It's a beautiful little pit mix, brindle, beautiful little dog.
Okay.
She's a puppy. She probably weighs like 15 pounds. She's going to be big and she's
Right.
going to
Right.
be strong, which this woman can't handle, obviously.
Right.
But that's what we're going to have in the future. They're sitting like where the grill area is.
Uh-huh.
And Klaus and I are walking around it to go check the mail.
Yeah.
This puppy has a leash on, but no one's holding the other end, which is how it works.
That's usually the most effective way to use a leash. Yes.
Either tie it off or hold it.
Right.
So she comes running over, just bounding, happy to see Klaus and me. And I swear to God, this dog comes over and I'm like, "Hey girl," and I kind of grab her and I'm petting her and I
Yeah.
grab her leash so I can take her back to where she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
This woman stands up, she turns, she looks me in the face and she goes, "Is your dog friendly?"
Like, do you not remember our conversation a year ago?
Who cares? I don't even
Yeah.
care about that. Like, why is my dog on trial?
Right.
Why
How
are
about
we
your
asking
dog?
about my dog's character?
Yeah.
And I turned to her, I said, "It's a little late to be asking that question, isn't it?"
Your dog's already sniffing my dog's ass, so I mean, here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that she'd run over there so quickly. Yeah, because what do puppies do?
Right,
Y-
exactly. Unbelievable.
It's so irritating to me,
Yeah,
like that I'm having to answer questions, right? Because, like, let's say this puppy wasn't a puppy. Let's
right.
say this puppy was 2 years old and strong
Yeah,
and hadn't been taught any better and decided to run at Klaus. Like, and I've had to do this, not necessarily this, but I'm thinking like a big, strong dog running at Klaus. Like, I'll protect Klaus.
right.
So I'll kick that dog straight in the mouth if
Of
it
course.
comes running at my dog.
Right.
And if I look up and the person goes, "Why did you kick my dog? Is your dog not friendly or something? Did you think your dog was going to hurt my dog, so you hurt my dog instead?"
Right.
It's dog
Sure.
etiquette. It's really
Dog
easy.
etiquette.
And I'm not saying that I don't like let Klaus off the leash,
Right.
but I know that I can
Yeah.
because he just listens to me and he
See, and
doesn't
again,
act out.
and on that flip side, that's why I don't let Bo off the leash because he'll just run and I may never be able to see my dog again. So yeah, I'd have to catch up to him and catch him like while he's peeing or something before I can hook him back up. So I was walking around the neighborhood a couple months ago. And there's this little dog that I guess it's like the same situation. I don't know if like we live by the same woman or not, but her little dog is never on this leash, right? And I've seen this dog before. She never walks. The dog just walks behind her or something. And but yet, if I'm walking my dog on the other side of the road and she's on one side, her dog will just like bolt from her side, run across the street, and run up to Bo. And I'm like, and I just like keep Bo back and whatever. And she's like, and she comes up, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," probably sounding exactly like your neighbor.
You want me to do it for you?
Yeah, right. Say,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
there
I
you
had
go.
no idea that this dog would run across the street again.
So eventually, this happened a few times, whatever, and finally one time, the dog did it, ran up, and there was like a car that came by close, whatever, and was coming down the road and had to stop and let her dog walk across the street, and finally I just said to her, I turned to her and I'm like, we've had like no conversation before this point except "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever," and I just grab my dog and we keep walking. But this one time I said to this woman, I turned and I'm just like, "Your dog is going to get hit by a car one day if your dog is not on a leash." And she's like, "Don't tell me how to protect my dog or what to do to my dog." And so I walked around the neighborhood, whatever, a couple weeks later or something, and I see this woman out. She's got the dog on a leash. So she listened to me. Thank you. But she's like, "Oh, are you that nasty guy that told me how to take care of my dog?" And I'm like, "Bitch, like, I'm just making sure your dog doesn't die." I'm like, "Why are you coming at me? Why are you pissed at me? Because I said, hey, you should put your dog on a goddamn leash so that he doesn't die and get run over, but you're mad at me." Okay. I'm like, "Bitch, why are you talking to me? Why are you talking to me?" And so I put my headphone back in. I just like kept walking. So like now, like there's this like feud between me and like the bitty old woman that lives around the corner with her little fluffy ass dog. And I'm just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." So if I walk around the corner and I see her out there, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, "Bo, let's just go back. Let's just turn around. I don't want to fucking deal with this woman again." But like she attacks me now. So it's like, bitch, like I'm just, okay, I guess you want a dead dog. Go for it. Fine. Like, I hope your dog gets hit. Like, what do you want me to fucking say? "I'm sorry, I was trying to protect your dog." Ridiculous.
Well, at least you got what you wanted out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Except,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
guess, except the feud.
I mean, she listens now,
And
so
if,
she's got a
and
dog
if
on a
any
leash.
of y'all know Kyle, you'll know when a feud starts with Kyle, it doesn't stop.
What are you talking about, man? What are you saying?
The
What
feud
does that
never
mean?
has an end. The feud goes on forever. It's like the
I don't
Hatfields and
understand.
McCoys, man.
I don't understand.
It's just like it's an
Okay,
ongoing
I'm
thing.
not the
It's like a
one
it's like a blood feud that goes on forever.
I'm not the one at my desk that has a sign that says,
All
"Once
right.
you cross me, I don't like listening to other people, and
I mean,
I will never."
you don't have
Nah,
this. You don't have the sign, but come on,
ridiculous. What?
come on.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You don't let shit go, man. You see, no, see, look, you're fucking it all up. This is why you got to do it in post.
Unbelievable.
I wasn't done talking about it yet.
I'm sorry. I thought that was a good transition point. All right. So anyway, so something we haven't talked about yet since our last recording. Obviously, the whole football world was a buzz when Tom Brady signed with the Bucks. Right out of the blue, a week and a half ago, I hear rumblings like it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right? 2, 3 o'clock. And I heard like, what is this about? Like Gronk wants to come out of retirement. Gronk wants to come out of retirement. Rob Gronkowski. And I'm like, no, I mean, he's not, he's done. I'm like, this is just rumors. People are flying around, whatever he's doing, his little wrestling thing. And he's a spokesperson for like some CBD oil or something, whatever. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. Like an hour later, boom, Gronk is out of retirement. 20 minutes later, boom, Gronk has signed with the Bucks. So it's like, holy shit. Like what is happening right now as a Pats fan, indicated by the giant Pats flag behind me? Uh this is like a dream come true. I mean, I'm not a Bucks fan, but I mean to now be in the same city as Brady and Gronk that are going to be playing together whenever, obviously whenever football starts back up. This is crazy. Crazy. Now everybody's talking about Bucks, we're hosting the Super Bowl here in February, and now it's just like Bucks are going to the Super Bowl.
All
That's
right,
it. Crazy.
let's all pump our brakes, okay? How many seasons, complete seasons, has what's his name? Rob?
Gronkowski.
Yeah, Gronk.
Gronk.
How many complete seasons has Gronk made it without an injury?
I mean, how many times has he played the full 16 games of a season? I mean, a few,
A few
but
times? Out of like 10
not
years?
as right. He's had more seasons where he's had an injury rather than seasons that he's played the complete
And what
schedule.
is he, like 30?
Yeah, 30 now. Yeah, he
He just
retired at
turned,
29.
yeah.
Yeah, so 30.
Tom Brady's like what, like 47?
40. He's going to be 41 in August.
All
Yeah.
right. 47 in football years.
Right.
Well, I guess it's more like 65 in football years.
Well, he's
Um,
whatever. He takes care of himself.
and they
Right?
lost to the Titans in a wild card playoff game, right?
Yeah,
Last
in
year.
January. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there might be football. There might be
I mean,
football.
that's the plan, right?
There might be a Super Bowl in
Right.
Tampa Bay next year. There may not be. I don't know. I think just calm down. I think we're putting the cart before the horse here. I'm excited for you
Okay.
that
Yeah.
these two old men came down from the Northeast to Florida, as old men are wont to do.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I hope it works out for you.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that Jameis Winston isn't here anymore.
Yeah, in a crazy turn of events, he's been now released from the Bucks, and he just signed with the Saints. So he's staying in the same division as the Bucks, which is something that was a little unexpected, and I think kind of caught people off guard a little by surprise, because the Saints have Drew Brees, that is, I mean, obviously he's getting old and he's the same age as Brady and whatnot, and he's not going to be around forever. But Winston's not going to play this year because Brees is, perfectly healthy and still slated to be the starter. So
And they
Winston's
also
gonna
just
take a seat
re-signed their
back.
backup quarterback
Yeah, that's
for
true too.
2 years, I think.
Yeah.
And
So
Jameis got a 1 year. But
interesting.
our friend Adam put it beautifully.
What did Adam say?
He said, "Yeah, let Jameis go to the Saints so he can start throwing interceptions to us."
Exactly.
It's
I
awesome.
mean, seriously, it's good news for the Bucks because
And
that's
by
all he
us, I
does
mean
is throw
Bucks.
picks.
I'm not a Bucks fan.
Exactly.
It would take a while before I became a Bucks fan.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the whole Jameis Winston thing.
Yeah.
I would refuse to be a fan of them while he was the quarterback. He's gone
Right.
now. Then they got this old guy, Tom Brady, who is definitely in his twilight years of
Yeah.
being a football player.
I guess
So
you could say that.
I don't know who's the secondary, who's the backup for who's the backup quarterback? They have a backup quarterback.
The Bucks backup.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't even know. So if
Yeah,
they
I
had
don't know.
someone there that they were going to use Brady to teach, that would
Right.
be. I guess that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah. Best
Because
case
and even
scenario.
if they won the Super Bowl, he won't be a Buck next year.
Yeah, well, I think I think the plan is, I think it's like a 2-year deal. I think the plan,
Is it 2 years?
yeah, I think like they're, really just counting on and planning on having him for just the next 2 years. So that's why too they're kind of like doing this all in mentality for the Bucks. So it's gonna sign Gronk. We've got the
Oh, so this is basically like when the Lakers got LeBron and Kobe and Shaq and uh, go- they got like all these people came to the Lakers for like one season.
yeah,
This is a long time ago. It was like 10
yeah,
years ago.
well, LeBron and Kobe didn't play together on the
Right,
Lakers.
yeah, that's right. I don't remember. It was just like a bunch like maybe
Well,
Fox. Um, I
well, it's
can't
like
remember
when
who the group was, but a group of people came from all these other teams
yeah,
and went to
no,
the Lakers for like one
you're
season.
well, you're talking about when LeBron signed with the Heat, and then it was Bosch and Dwayne
No, I'm
Wade
not talking
and
about the Heat. No, I'm talking about
oh
it was before that, I think.
okay, okay. But
I don't
anyway, yeah,
remember.
you're on the same track. I mean,
Yeah,
they're going all in, so it's like a Super Bowl or bust type thing for the Bucks right now. So I mean, it's an exciting time in the
they
city,
picked a
and
shitty time to do it.
but yeah, he did pick a streak because, like you did mention, yeah. I mean, is there even going to be football? Are they going to play without fans? Is the Super Bowl going to be rescheduled? Is it still going to happen the beginning of February here in Tampa? I mean, yeah, it's crazy, crazy time, honestly. It's funny. You make fun of me. We've had a
I've
conversation from
I've
time to
never
time
made
about
fun of you. I don't know what you're
no,
talking about.
it never happens. About the use of your note cards to write down ideas from time to time. Right? You've got one in your hand. I see. I've got one of yours as well in my hand.
Look at that iris difference. Woo.
But ooh,
Auto
uh,
iris. That's more like what it looks like in here.
so I've upgraded to your method because you can also fit a lot more
Upgrade.
information on a card of this size and stature. But I used to use a post-it note for all my show ideas that I'd write down in a couple of different. I would sometimes come to the table with a couple different post-it notes that I'd have like a few different things scribbled on or whatever, and I'd always just use those. Post-it notes just turned 35 this week. So happy birthday to post-it notes. They've been around for 35 years. Who knew?
I'm older than post-it notes.
Yeah, post-it
Fuck.
notes were not around when we were born.
Fuck. I just thought post-it notes were always.
No,
you know,
no,
I
no.
thought they just always existed. I don't
They
know.
we were like 5 or 4.5, 5 years old when post-it notes
Well,
became a
happy birthday.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
So there you go.
Who invented the post-it note? Do you have any more post-it note information? Or is that it?
It's no, I think that's it. I didn't write down. I'm sure I've got more information. There was more on that article that I looked at, but I just wrote down the headline, so I didn't really look too much into it.
You
I was
do
just like,
that.
oh, look
You
at
read
this. I was like,
headlines without
yeah.
reading articles, don't you?
I was
You're one
like,
of those
post-it notes
guys.
turns 35. I'm gonna write that down.
You're one of those guys, right? I guess you don't need to read an article about post-it notes turning 35. I guess that's all you need to
I
know.
mean, I really didn't think there was much going on there.
I'm the one asking all the
Um,
questions.
yeah. I could probably look it up. Happy birthday. No, no, that's not no.
You're gonna look it up now,
Yeah,
live.
that
Great
doesn't
idea.
30
Great
years.
idea.
Yeah, that's not working out for me. Anyway, all right. So that's a bad idea. But anyway, so there you go. Post-it notes turn 35. Yeah.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, so there you go.
Makes me wonder
Just
what other things I'm older than that I
thought I'd
just
bring
thought
that up.
always existed.
It's good to sometimes go back and look, be like, it's fun to take a stroll down those lists of like things that came out the year of your birth, and you look at some things, or I like looking at those too. Sometimes, you see like what movies were number one at the box office the week you were born or the year you were born, or what movies and music were popular, things like that. It's, I enjoy looking at those type of things, what's in the news, when you were born and what happened, on your birthday. No, you don't. It's
Well, my mom made me a book.
all right. Yeah.
My
What
mom made me a
was the book?
book,
Okay.
and the first page of the book has like the things that were happening when I was
So
born, and it's
baby
like
baby book.
it was like day 144 of the Iranian hostage
Huh?
situation. I'm like, oh, good, awesome.
Thanks for writing that down, Mom.
Like other people that were born this day, Dan Rather and John Candy. I'm like, cool.
All right.
Well, birthday buddies. That's fine. Jane Pauley. All right.
All right. So Seth doesn't quite have that level of
Gas was
mis-
87 cents a gallon. Well,
yeah.
that sucks. So,
Actually, we're not too far off from that now.
yeah,
It's
we're getting
crazy, right?
closer. We're getting
It's
closer.
funny. What did I read the other day? Something was like it was somebody who was making a
Oh
joke
wait,
like,
no, there was also a gas shortage then when I was born. I was
oh,
born during the Iranian
Contra,
hostage.
right?
No,
Iran Contra
not
thing?
Iran.
No,
No, no,
same
no.
thing.
The Iranian Revolution when they took
Okay,
the U.S. embassy workers hostage. You ever
right.
see Argo, that Ben
Oh
Affleck
yeah, yeah,
movie?
yeah. It was a good movie.
That 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 whole thing, the Iran hostage situation. So that
So
when I was born, that was happening. There was also a
okay,
gas shortage. Jimmy
right,
Carter was president, and no one was happy with him.
right.
He's still alive and kicking it, and turns out to be the guy with the best fucking like character of all of them.
So the
As of
month
this recording, he could be dead in 30 minutes.
good. Hey, you never know. So not the. I guess I was just I was trying to think of something real fast. I just pulled it up. So not on my birthday, but the month I was born, those hostages were released. January of
Right,
'81. Yeah,
right, right,
so
right.
I remember seeing that on one of those lists as well. But yeah, so important things that happened the month you were born. See,
Yeah,
I've read lists. I've read lists.
you
That's how
have.
you learn
Yeah.
things like that. All right, so last week we went ahead and talked about
Yes.
Scrubs. And I talked about I discovered a recent new podcast started between Zach Braff and Donald Faison called Fake Doctors, Real Friends. It's a great podcast. It's a Scrubs rewatch show. So they bring in guests from time to time, whatever, but they each episode is discussing what happened during an episode, kind of behind the scenes thing, whatever. It's fun. I was a Scrubs fan. It was enjoyable, and I'm loving the podcast. I'd love to maybe talk to him at one point. It'd be fun to bring maybe Donald Faison on the show. It'd be great. We'll see what happens. Anyway, side note, Ted the lawyer, Christopher Lloyd's nephew, Sam Lloyd, passed away yesterday. Kind of sad news. It's kind of a weird timing because I have also just recently started rewatching Scrubs. I decided to go along with the podcast, and I started like last week. Started watching from the pilot on, and so I've been watching a lot of Scrubs lately. And then all of a sudden, I'm scrolling through yesterday, and I find out that Sam Lloyd, Ted the lawyer, died yesterday. It's kind of a sad thing. He was like 56, so
Yikes.
young to die. It was like a brain cancer or something, I think. So
Jesus Christ, you're really fucking bringing me down. Is this what
yeah,
we're
I know.
talking about?
No, I just wanted to bring that up. It was just
You
kind of
want to
weird
bring
that it
up
was
brain cancer?
no, but Scrubs doesn't really come up too often in things or whatever. And then I was just like, oh, I've been on this Scrubs kick, and then all of a sudden, Ted the lawyer just died yesterday. Just a weird coincidence. I thought. I just thought I'd mention it, man. Respects to Sam Lloyd,
Respects.
Christopher
I
Lloyd.
didn't realize he was Christopher Lloyd's nephew.
Yeah, everywhere you turn now, there's all these. All I see Zoom boxes, video chats. Whether it's interviews that we're showing on our newscasts, it's on TV. They're doing Parks and Rec episodes that are all Zoom. It's they're doing, obviously I watch the late night shows are utilizing all these video chats and Zoom meetings and still talking to celebrities and doing musical acts, bands, whatever. So have you seen any of these SNL? At home episodes the past couple weeks.
I saw the first one. It
Okay,
was
there was
really
another one
good. The
last
first one
week.
was really good. Are they
It's
doing it every week or are they spacing them out?
I think it's probably like every other week,
Okay.
maybe to give them time to kind of put things together and
It's a lot of
uh,
editing.
yeah, well, yeah, because they're like really well produced for at home productions.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're probably they've got a lot of help and whatnot, but it's been funny, man. It's been and for me, it's kind of cool. Like I'm actually enjoying seeing like what people are able to put together by themselves with just what they've got.
Well, I mean, shit, look at this.
I know.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
we've
We're
actually
amazing.
stepped up our production
We've stepped
being
it
in
up.
quarantine rather
Yeah.
than what we had when we were not
Here, I'm getting a
going
little
through
closer
the
to
COVID.
you.
Yeah, it's the wife watches a lot of Food Network. We watch Food Network, from time to time,
I
whatever.
was talking about the Food Network.
So it's just funny. Like some of these shows that she watches now, that we watch are like they're all being done tossing to each other in box. They're doing at home, cooking segments. It's crazy. I'm actually like I don't want to necessarily see this forever, and we got to get back to normal and whatever that new normal is. But I'm actually enjoying kind of seeing what people are able to come up with from home. I mean, I love it. I think it's fun. It's different. It's enjoyable. It's not the same routine, normal every day. These episodes are different. It's fun.
Cool.
Do
You
you,
know what my favorite thing is about you?
what?
Whenever you're setting something up,
Yeah.
you list all the examples you know. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
So, like, you're talking about the biracial buddy comedies.
Oh yeah, yeah. My favorite film genre.
You list every single occurrence of it.
I'm
Like,
sure
you
there's
know what I
others
mean?
out there.
Like, before you get to your point,
Huh?
before you get to your point, you give every example that exists, and then you go, "See my point." It's just
Well, it's it's
like
it's
everywhere
it's
you look,
it's
there are Zoom boxes, the Food Network, late night shows, the Parks and Rec reunion. You've seen these Zoom boxes. You see them on YouTube. You see them on Netflix. You see them on Hulu. You see every example.
well, I'm just trying to uh set the state. I mean, I'm providing I'm pleading my case.
You
I'm giving you
you
I'm
you
telling you
paint a
why
very
I want to
detailed
talk
picture.
about.
Oh, you're
I'm telling you
peeking.
why I want to. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I'm telling you
Why are you
why
so excited?
I want to talk about the subject. I'm just saying there's lots of examples of what I was trying to talk about out there. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, go.
Hit the thing. So, with this new setup that we have,
Yeah.
how do we incorporate our Jeopardy game so people can watch our Jeopardy game?
That's the next step. I think the Jeopardy's fun the way we're doing it. I love this.
Yeah.
That's another thing. That's I think I'm enjoying the virtual Zoom Jeopardy hell even more than I did before. I mean, this is fun. This is crazy. Like we do this fun thing at work where we I have a Jeopardy desk calendar. I think we've talked about it before. And Shane is amazing and he's made these PowerPoint slides and we would go in every Monday and play a little round of Jeopardy. It's been fun. So we've now done this virtually twice and we'll do it again this week. And uh I love it, man. It's fun. I think we need to go ahead and we can start recording them. Maybe set up a microphone, right? Maybe even use Zencaster to record those. Maybe eventually down the line here, post a couple of these episodes. This is fun. I
You
enjoy
guys
it.
want to watch us play Jeopardy or
Why
listen?
would
No, they need to watch. They need to watch. Oh,
I've watched? Have you gone back and rewatched these two videos from the past
yes.
2 weeks? They've been hilarious. They're hilariously funny.
I have a suggestion for
Yeah,
Jeopardy.
go.
Let's stop with the buzzers.
Okay.
Treat every question like Final Jeopardy, where you write down an answer or you don't, right?
Okay.
So we answer every question instead of trying to use the buzzer, figure out the delay, make Shane figure out who buzzed in first. We
Okay.
just both have an option to answer the question.
So does that mean that we would both get the points, the money or whatever? We both get the points for the correct answer for each question.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
so.
That's fine.
And then at the end we'd wager,
Right. The
and
same way we do
likely
now.
and likely we would have closer scores anyway
Oh
because we'll
yeah.
probably get a lot of the same answers.
There would only be one or two, I would imagine, that we wouldn't get or something that,
Right.
yeah.
And if you don't answer, let's do it like this. If you don't answer, you
Yeah.
lose points. So you answer correctly, you get points. You
Right.
answer incorrectly, you lose points.
Like
If you
you
if
lose the amount of the question points like that, like you,
yeah, yeah. And we
I
could
don't,
do it you could do it like this. If you don't answer, you lose like half points.
okay. So if a
We
question is worth 400
yeah,
and I don't answer, then I lose 200.
right.
If we both answer and we both get it right, we both get the 400
Yes.
in that situation.
Right.
Okay. Okay. We could do that.
You want
We
to
could
try
do
that
that.
out?
Yeah, let's try that out this week.
By the
What?
time we're through your calendar, we'll have it all worked out.
Right. I'll tell the wife, I'll be like, all right, so this year for Christmas, I need the 2021 Jeopardy calendar. I need the
Yeah.
same one, the desk calendar. Let's keep this going. Let's
You you
yeah,
know, we could take
we get each other calendars each year.
we could make our own damn game show. We can make our own game. Okay?
Yeah.
We could it's a trivia game
Okay.
with these rules that we just set up,
Yeah.
right?
I
So
like
it's
that.
not Jeopardy.
Right.
It's basically Jeopardy. We just changed the scoring.
Right, right. Yeah. I mean, that would definitely, yeah, we'd have to make a couple tweaks so that there's no copyright infringement, if you will.
Well,
So
we're
we're
not
like,
making any money off of it. We're
that's a
just
rip
playing the
off.
game. We're just
That's a
playing the
rip
game.
off.
We're just
That's
playing the game.
a blatant Jeopardy rip
It's
off.
just
But
Zoom. It's Zoom trivia.
Zoom trivia.
It's remote Zoom trivia.
I love that. I've been having a blast. Seriously, I love that we're recording these sessions. That I love that we've got those Jeopardy nights that I like. I've gone back. I told you I've gone back. I've watched them both at least a couple times. They're so funny.
You're so in love with yourself.
I'm not just watching for me.
You're watching for you mostly.
What are
you
what are you
are,
talking about?
dude. You have a selfie folder that's full. You have
I mean, there's some pictures in there. There's some pictures in there.
You love your face. You're so enamored with your own face.
Oh, hold on a second.
No, who is it?
Oh, my food's getting cold. Oh, they brought me back Chick-fil-A.
Oh, word.
Thank you. Oh,
wait,
sweet.
how did they leave?
So
I didn't even hear them leave.
No, they took a different car. I guess the daughter drove. So they
Oh, that was considerate.
Yeah, so they took the car in the driveway. So so that was nice. That was nice. We didn't have to break up our recording. So apparently they brought me back hopefully a spicy chicken sandwich. Combo number 2. So
well, let's wrap this up so you can eat your hot sandwich.
All right, man. Well, look, this is and there's a couple things I didn't get to on the card, but we'll save for later. So this is amazing, and I'm looking forward to hearing what's to come. And I hope you guys are enjoying this as well at home.
You're looking forward to watching this Zoom video is what you're looking forward to.
Well, I mean, once you share it, I mean, look, I've got it aimed at my good side. I mean, you look amazing in your Game of Thrones chair. So this is good times, man. This is good times. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks, Kyle. You're sweet.
You too, buddy. It's been fun.
Do we have an outro on that soundboard?
We don't normally have a standard outro. So if we come up with one, I will put it here, and then I mean I can go ahead and play the open again.
Yes. All right. Thanks for listening to this episode 21 of Technically Directors. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Was that a hot transition?
Yes, it was.
Nicely done. I was just going to say the word scrubs triggers me right now.
Okay. You want to tell me why?
Not really. Probably shouldn't have brought it up. But so like...
How are you going to start a conversation and then not finish it?
I know. Or interrupt someone with something that's not important. Why don't you just hit the thing again?